In the beginning, we saw a flashback to day 1 of the alien invasion, where Lee and Evelyn Abbott, along with their children, are in a baseball game. Suddenly they saw giant fireballs raining down from the sky. All the people run to safe places along with their families. People are separated from their families and there is chaos and fear all over town. While in the street, Abbott's family has their first encounter with the aliens. Lee and Reagan hide in a restaurant along with all the other people from the monsters. Monsters are sensitive to any small sound and they attack anything that makes a noise. Now we come back to the present time. After the events of the first movie, the Abbott family is on the run. They return to their home and find that it is still filled with water from the leakage. We see Reagan continuing her father's research about the monsters and trying to find other survivors. The family is now moving out of the house to find new shelters. But now they have to walk through things that make a sound. They came across an old abandoned place after some time but triggered a trap placed by someone at the entrance. While running, Marcus's feet caught in one of the traps. After hearing him cry, all nearby monsters came running towards them, but Reagan and Evelyn were able to kill the monster with high-frequency sound waves and a shotgun. They find a fellow survivor in that place who has set up a small bunker in that place. He tells the family that they can't stay here long, but after seeing the family's condition he lets them stay with him. We also see that the survivor is an old friend of the family, Emmett. Emmett's wife and kid has been killed by the monsters. Reagan discovers a song broadcasting over the radio and Emmett told them that he also heard the song and that the same song is broadcasted every day. After analyzing the radio song, Reagan and Marcus realize that it is not a song but a signal coming from an island and could be broadcasted by other survivors. Reagan wants to go and look for the island following the train tracks, but Marcus prevents her. Reagan is determined to find the source of the signal and she starts her journey following the train tracks, looking for the survivors. Marcus tells Evelyn about Reagan's plan and after finding this, Evelyn requests Emmett to bring Reagan back to the bunker safely. Reagan comes across an abandoned train bogie. While grabbing a first aid kit, Reagan makes a noise and a monster comes looking for her. Thankfully she is saved by Emmett. After waking from sleep, Reagan's hearing aid is gone, but later she found out that Emmett took it to look for the survivors and that he found a boat. Meanwhile, Evelyn finds out that their oxygen supply is about to end. Now she has to leave the steel mill and go and find medical supplies for her injured son, Marcus, and oxygen for the baby. Reagan and Emmett went on to look for the boat and coming across the boat, they realized that something is not right. They found a little girl sitting there, and when Emmett tries to talk to her, she puts a rope on Emmett's neck. Some people appeared from the dark and they captured Emmett and Reagan, using the little girl as bait. Emmett and Reagan start to fight with their captors and during this hassle, monsters come there and kill all the people on that boat. Emmett jumps on the water and is saved by Reagan later. Evelyn arrives at a deserted pharmacy and finds oxygen tanks and other medical supplies. Coming back to the bunker, Evelyn finds that the family is hunted by a monster. She sets a trap and draws the monster out by making a noise. She fights the monster with fire, but the monster cannot be killed easily. She and her family had entered the bunker to escape the monster. The family has to survive on oxygen from the tank, because inside the bunker airflow is not present. Emmett and Reagan found the island, from where the signal is coming. Survivors have established a community there. We see Emmett is still not able to forget his son and his family who have been killed by the creatures. At first, Emmett thinks that they will be safe on the island, but later Emmett finds out that the creatures can swim, and the island is not safe for them anymore. He runs to alert everyone, but the monsters are already there and they kill everyone. Emmett and another survivor are able to escape in a car along with Reagan to a nearby place while being attacked on the road. Back in the mill, the family is still surviving on oxygen from the tank inside the bunker and now the monster is about to attack them. Reagan and Emmett come across a studio that has radio broadcasting systems. With Emmett's help, Reagan is able to get to the broadcasting room, but Emmett is caught by the monster during the process. In the radio room, Reagan used it to amplify the hearing aid's frequency and broadcasted the high-frequency sound wave over the radio. Back in the mill, the monsters are about to kill the family, and then suddenly Marcus's radio captures the high-frequency broadcasted by Reagan. Marcus uses the loudspeaker of the radio to weaken the monster and is able to defend the family. In the end, we see both the children take the fight back to the monsters.